All right, everybody, we are back here with a true elimination match between the youngest of dingoes and Mason Clark here. Winner will go on to play Javier to log up a spot with lucky Corey B here, and loser will be eliminated from the Super League, which, you know, is no fun because, Javier, these have been a lot of fun. Have you been enjoying
Absolutely,
this?
man. Like, it's my
Super
first
League?
time playing a Super League, and obviously I like Magic and I like playing with good players, so I love it. But this has been like funner than I thought it would be because this deck selection game every week, where we're trying this like kind of small meta game, like just play the player. I think this player's gonna play this. I
Yes.
think this player's gonna play that. You just make small tweaks. I also think of the tweaks the other players will make against you. I'm actually just
Yes.
that's just super fun. So I'm very glad I'm having the experience.
Yeah, totally. So, kind of catching up to this game, we got Ragavan for turn one. We're probably going to see a Beanstalk here. But what you were saying, Javier, back in the day for the Super League, it used to be a team event. And I remember it was me, Brad, and BBD were on a team for like every single Super League. And it was so much more amplified when you had to metagame as a team. Because, you know, you would play against the same teams in the league and you know the direction that they would go. It was truly awesome in a team aspect, and I'm glad that it carried over into this format, still being just as awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we see a lot of great games as well, and I'm trying to make top eight so I can keep having this fun, for a few
Yeah.
more weeks. Let's see.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like you want to, especially in these elimination ones, you want to still play these cool tech out decks, but you also just want to play a good strategy, you know? So we both played good decks. We see Beans versus Rakdos Evoke here as well. It's like all of us wanted to win here.
Absolutely. I mean, we're trying our best. Like,
Yeah.
even if you trying small tweaks, you're still trying your best. It's not like you playing a war deck or anything. But
Yeah.
sometimes playing the best deck involves just making a small adjustments.
Well, I did play the worst. I played Jeskai Breach last time, so I played my one bad deck, got it out of the way, and now I'm back to good decks.
Yeah, I honestly was undecided until yesterday. So like I was on the edge of playing other decks, but ultimately I decided to play for color.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a good call. I mean, obviously the games were like meh, but
Yeah.
maybe I should have played Scam. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I've never played Scam until this weekend, and then I top forward a challenge, and then I went 9-1 in League, so I was just like 18-2. So I'm like, oh, this is what it's like when you're not having to, fight against all these hate cards, trying to play my pet deck, Jeskai Breach, so much easier when you can just do the busted thing,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and you're doing it well. I mean, congratulations on the top 8 here and the
Hey,
top
thanks,
4
man.
this weekend. Like, I mean, playing the best deck has its upsides, and yeah, I mean, I maybe should have played it.
Yeah. Hey, I remember, like your world championship decks, they were arguably the best decks for both times, right? Like, you played Rakdos. Everyone was playing Rakdos back then. You played it, masterfully. And one-upped from your performance the year before to Huey, right? That's
Yeah.
how it was? Yeah, okay. Wasn't
We
sure the
actually
order of
have
that.
this game is like now on an inflection point where Mason has a low life total, but Dingo has run out of ways to pressure. This is a situation where the Beanstalk deck actually excels, like
Yes.
prevent stabilizing like this. Well, Mason goes to 2 life. That's pretty low. I will assume he'll have
Yeah.
like Agent plus Binding, but this means like Bolt from Dingo's top deck is just as lethal as it can be.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Why wouldn't you maybe just play the land tapped and go for up the Beanstalk and Leyline Binding here? I guess you still take the 2 damage from the dash Ragavan. That's face up information,
He
huh?
wants the blocker, yeah.
So basically your choice is, not take. Yeah, I think Mason did right there. I don't think you can really do anything else. You're already taking the 2 and putting yourself into the danger zone. You might as well maximize your chances to come out of
Exactly. I
this with a
mean,
positive exchange, right?
yeah, well, now he's gonna untap with a almost empty board. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously Dingo has like 2 or 3 draws to to get a vault and win the game. But if he doesn't, wow, Omnath from the top now, the second card, and that's
Oof.
probably gonna log the game for Mason, most likely.
Yeah, that's got to be the biggest thing because even if you just go Omnath, it's awkward that it's a Gruul land, so you can't go Omnath plus Leyline Binding here. So it's not ideal. But I mean, if we get a fetch land, it's all wrapped up.
Yeah, and it has to be affected. Any red card also is pretty good here because it just makes the board clear. But still, 6 life is a lot. Like I don't think.
Yeah, but it's plus the 3 with
Well,
Shadow.
both.
I
Yeah,
mean,
true,
yeah.
true.
Oh,
Well,
never mind.
not.
Game's over.
Ooh, well.
I love that
Yeah.
all these spots where we're commentating, it's like, oh, okay, you know, this is pretty close as long as there's
Not anymore.
there's the free card, that's game, you know, like just spots that you
Yeah.
can't get out of.
There's like Mason can be effectively a 9 life with the 2 fetch line, like fetch now, or I mean fetch and on Dingo's turn, and there's no way Dingo grinds this beanstalks from here.
I think this is just straight GG. I mean, the amount of draws that you'd have to get, I suppose, are just like terminate right now to deal with this. Hope, you know, hope that Mason just falls asleep at the keyboard a little bit and doesn't cast his spells, but yeah, we should be all wrapped up.
Even if Mason had like actual 5 lands in his hand, that would mean like a lot of life.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's like the very, very best situation here for because there's no combination from 5 spells that do not win the game.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a few more turns, but I think this game is basically over. We want to see some turns more because they're gonna play it out, but
yeah, this is pretty much GG.
Not even
here.
actually. Yeah, Dingo just says like, yeah, that's enough, you know.
Yeah, Dingo has some respect, you know, for the game of Magic the Gathering. I saw you both just like, all right, you know, there's maybe a chance that one of you is gonna accidentally misclick or something. We'll play out this extravagant bean mirrors. Me and Dingo, we're trying to grief scam on turn 1 and then get out of there when we're behind. Get us out
Yeah,
of there.
I mean, I like that style. I'm not gonna lie. I prefer fast decks, you know, like just 5 turns or whatever. All the decisions do the turn and it's over. I don't like these decks that just play like 25 turns and just doing things, but sometimes you have to play them. But
yeah, right, anybody who is just, you know, seeing you on the Super League and hasn't watched your Magic journey in a while, well, the picture I can see in my cameras, there's a little fervent champion framed right above your head. Yeah. Your card for winning the world championship. You like to go fast.
I do, yeah, I'm all right. I mean, I played Hammer in the first weekend, so you know, it didn't go well, but I did play Hammers.
That's true. And what, you played Gruul when you won the Mythic Championship when Gruul was like not great, right?
Not great. Yeah, that's a kind way of saying it, but you know, the trophy's there, so
it was great enough, baby. Yeah. All right, so getting into this hand here, YungDingo has got I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That is a bad hand. It needs to connect with this Ragavan, and it looks like it's going to do it. How lucky.
Well, I mean, still needs to land like very fast. I mean, land here will be huge, like turn to Fable, you know, but here,
do you
grief? Is not going to be enough to take it home by itself, right?
Do you grief here to protect the Ragavan?
I think I will. Yeah,
like, I think I would too.
Yeah, like you have to. Otherwise, if Ragavan dies, you're.
Well, wait a minute. What if we grief out Omnath and we just Dothy in an Omnath? Is that good?
Well, I think the best way you can just approach this game is just like grief the Fire Eyes and capitalize on the fact that all the cards cost 4 mana on Mason hand. So if he breaks and draws lands or expensive spells, he's gonna die to the tempo. Like Ragavan, Dalfi, and potentially Fable, that's a lot of action. If you think about it, there aren't that many bad cards Dingo draws here because something like our Kishball Masters or Walker is okay, like it's pressure, and a land is Fable. So you know it's actually a lot of damage.
It was basically just any 3-drop or Grief or Fury would have been bad. But yeah, at this point, Bowmaster is awesome. And I got to say, Mason is very good at drawing this Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. He had it in his opening hand against you every single game, I think. Just
sometimes the 1-offs, you draw them every time. But in Magic, sometimes you put 1-offs because you don't want to draw them.
Exactly,
so, it's like my endurance, yeah. All right, this is going to be a fast game, right? Like 3, 5, 6, 7 goes to 4. Well, this is an actual bad draw for.
Yeah, Shieldred not great. Unlike when Dingo drew that Shieldred against me in that game.
That was a good draw. Yeah,
that was a solid draw where I didn't think there was a chance that I could lose that game.
Well, this is the last turn though for Mason to actually. I don't know if he has outs here though.
Yes. Yeah,
Fury is out always kind of, but.
So like Beanstalk into Fury here, is that what you have to go for? Beanstalk into Fury clearing out Ragavan, Dothy Voidwalker, and Bowmaster seems pretty insane. But at that point, do you just Jace?
Yeah.
And tick up to try to find Fury? That seems worse.
You die to the Bowmasters.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like that, right? But
yeah.
Well, that's not enough, is it? No.
Yeah, I feel like if you Omnath, you automatically die there, right? Don't you
Yeah,
have to Beanstalk?
I think so, but I have not the I think you still die because you're at 3, so you take 2 because you could take 1 of the Mistook and 1 from the Fury cast. So you
Yeah.
go to 1 and then
Yeah, you're right.
you know.
Dead no
All
matter
right,
what.
fast game
Doesn't
2. That was, I mean, scam. You blink, you miss it.
exactly. So how was it preparing for well, we'll get into these hands in a bit, but how was it preparing for Pro Tour Barcelona, knowing that this scam deck was going to be, I mean, you had to expect it was going to be the best deck, right?
Yeah, we thought it was the best deck. We just played a lot against a scam. Like
Yeah.
I just played like so many matches until like I just knew all the matchup. Oh,
Did you
the ley line of Sanctity here.
is huge, right? We're not going to get, I mean, you're going to get to keep the Shardless Agent. There's still going to be the 4/3, but yeah, really strong. You brought those in against me as well, right? All right, maybe Javier might have just got disconnected, so it looks like you got the Corey B show until we get him back in here. But have to assume that he brought in those ley lines as well against me. So, all right, here's a tap lamp. We're gonna go back to Mason's perspective here. Fetch land, gonna be able to get up the beanstalk here, which is exactly what you want to be doing. A play that's not really possible if this ley line of sanctity was not there. So now you get into these weird spots, kind of like I was in this last game, up against Javier, where I was favored, but Javier has so many live draws, and it just so happened that Javier drew nothing but non-green mana. All right, so here we go. Then we got the Fable coming down to add some extra pressure. That was a great draw. But Omnath here from Mason is definitely going to put it back in here. And it looks like we might have Anurag Das joining at me. Is that true? The one and only Anurag?
No, 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 no. I'm Javier. It's me, Javier.
Oh, okay. Just because you say you're Javier doesn't mean you're going to win as much as Javier, just so you know. Does that change?
Okay. well, my win rate is always contentious. This is a pretty dicey game too. I saw you were sort of monologuing there for a little bit. I don't know who's going to win this one, honestly. Can you give me like a pulse check, vibe check on this one?
Yeah, so kind of coming back into this, we had YungDingo that was feeling ahead pretty quickly. But now all of a sudden with that Omnath draw, I think it really comes down to this turn. And wow, this was a really cheeky attack with that Shaman Anurag. It was just a bluff. It was just a bluff, but Mason didn't respect it. Or did respect it, excuse me.
I love these cheeky attacks. The cheekiest attack that I ever saw was the one where I think it was like PVDDR in like the top 8 of a Pro Tour, and he attacked with like a Gaddock, one of the blue creatures. I don't know if you remember this. Yeah, and literally had no reason to attack at all, 0 reason, and the block wasn't made, and that literally won PVDDR the top 8 match or whatever.
Really,
it was the sickest bluff attack I've ever seen in my life. This one maybe not on that scale though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we haven't seen PV in play in a while, at least this last year. But wow, what a dude! What a dude! Always great to watch. All right, so yeah, sorry to interrupt, but that was a Shardless Agent into Inevitable Betrayal. Get Shieldred down here. So in a game where it looked like Mason was, all but dead, I don't think he can lose now, Anurag.
This is like the ghost of Doomway coming at you. I don't know if I'm roasting too hard here, but like just splashing double black in this Omnath deck is what I would have looked at like normally. But I mean, we saw what Shieldred did to you. I can only imagine that the same thing's going to happen to Dingo here, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. And as you said, I think we might have a 3-person commentary group here. Let's just run it. Javier, you're back. Did you?
Yeah.
Were you trying to leave because you saw that it was about to be a bean mirror in the finals? You're trying to just say, "Oops, my internet."
Yeah, you got me. Like I'm so scared. I'm scared to play Beanstalk Mirror again. I got lucky the first time, but yeah.
Dang it, because I was about to pull that same move. I was about to be like, okay, I guess I already won. What are they going to do? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Anurag. I would never do that to you, buddy.
I was about to say, like, I thought I was Javier, but I guess I have to return the title back. Okay, fine.
Yeah. You're back to just sweating out your challenge top 8s instead of world's victories there, Anurag.
Logic, not.
All right, so Javier, to catch you up in this game, we saw a Shardless Agent about right when you got disconnected into Inevitable Betrayal for Shieldred, and since then, Dingo has drawn nothing but land.
Yeah, I mean, the betrayal on Sheoldred is like unexpected, like
Yeah.
compared to what I would expect. But it's definitely like, I mean, Sheoldred is one of the best cards against a scam, isn't it? So reasonable to expect. Like, yeah.
Did you bring it in against me?
I didn't play the betrayal, so I
Oh,
did
you
not
didn't.
bring it
Oh,
into
okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. But right before you got disconnected, I was asking, did you bring in Leyline of Sanctities as well against me? Just never drew them?
Yeah, I think they
Okay.
are very good in this
Yeah.
situation. I mean, obviously, sometimes they're bad if you draw them like mid game or whatever, but
Yeah.
I think I actually drew it in 3. One of the draw steps were like, Leyline.
Yeah, you know what this really reminds me of, Javier? It reminds me of Pro Tour Barcelona, the Hogak one,